Hey, what's up guys, it's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back again with the 2.5 Elixir Mega Knight Cycle deck. This is the fastest Mega Knight Cycle deck you have probably ever seen in your lives, and we're going to be trying to get a lot of damage with our miners, our spear goblins, and our bats, usually trying to get through with the miner, and the Mega Knight, if it ever breaks through, it's an added bonus. We have the fastest cycle possible with Mega Knight just for a little bit of a meme, and hopefully we can assert some dominance with it. Let's go jump straight into some games. So we got a game, and this guy's already giving me the fish slap. What is up, dude? We're going to sauce out some love. And he's going to go for our Golem as well. So when we see Golem and Bard Barrel, we got to lay down the law. We need to apply some aggression. So then he's not able to get away with a very hefty Golem push. Otherwise, our Mega Knight's really not going to be able to defend. So I have to spread him thin here, so to say. So hopefully he spams us a little bit more. I don't know if he will or not. We know that that's going to end up dying. So let's go in for Spear Goblins here so we can go pull the Lumberjack away. And then we're going to end up going for Skeletons here as well. So Mega Knight's going to go jump all over his tower. Notice how we're using our other tower as a means of dealing with his spam. And unfortunately, the Lumberjack does not die, so I have to end up going for a Zap here. We will lose our tower now because the Lumberjack did not die in time. And he's going to be spamming viciously, man. It is going to give us a little bit of cheeky BM, but we end up going for the Bard Barrel and then Skeletons after the Baby Dragon ends up locking on. So then the Mega Minion locks onto the Skeletons. I think that we're going to be more than fine. You guys notice that I can't defend against Golem Push because I don't end up having Mini Puck. I don't have any way of killing tanks. I don't have the Inferno Dragon, which you traditionally have with Mega Knight. Our deck is a complete and utter meme. So I have to apply opposite lane aggression in every situation that this happens. So here we go. We're going to end up going in for Bats with our Mega Knight because it looks like he's got Bard Barrel. I fully expect him to drop Bard Barrel and Bandit here. And then he won't have an answer to the Bats, so maybe the Bats are able to walk onto the tower. Yeah, he's still spending Elixir, so we're going to end up going for Spear Goblins as well. He's going to use his Bard Barrel. And the Bard Barrel should not be able to defend this if we go in for a miner. He's not going to be able to defend this at all. That should just straight up take tower. So I think that as long as we defend this Golem, we could win in a 2-1 situation. So I'm hoping that he Lumberjacks and I have enough Elixir for a Mega Knight. The Skeletons are going to die, but yeah, he went for the Lumberjack just as I expected. Feels good, man. We're predicting his plays out here. And you guys can see that even if you don't have answers in your desired deck, just from this meme deck, I hope that you guys are able to take away from something from this. Because I don't have answers in this deck at all to his spam. I really don't. I don't have any way of killing Golem. I don't have any way of killing this Electric Dragon. But I do have a way of just applying aggression so then he's not able to throw and drop pushes that he wants. So if I win this game, it's simply because I had a better offense than him. Significantly so. If he just committed Elixir to offense, he would have won. He still might win, but he would have won 100%. So here we go. We're just going to Ice Spirit so then the Baby Dragon locks onto that. And then we're going to go for Mega Knight, Skeletons here as well. And we should be fine. I think we're able to defend the Virginity for the remainder of the game, guys. I just need to end up going for an Ice Spear here so the Bandit does not walk all over us. And that was picture perfect with this deck. I couldn't have done anything different. So if you guys are playing a very difficult matchup for yourselves, make sure that you apply aggression when you don't have answers, and then you'll be able to actually make sure that they are not able to rattle off their unstoppable push. So let's go kick off the game with an Ice Spirit at the river, and this guy's going to go in for the Goblin Barrel, so we greet him cordially with a Barbarian Barrel. So, what do you have, man? You're going to end up having Logbait? Oh, you are. So he's going to end up going for the Princess. We have to end up going in for Bats plus Miner here. And we're going to get hovering that Zap. So whenever he goes in for the Goblin game, we're able to eradicate it. Keep Bury the Bat alive and get a ton of tower damage. Man, he's going to be spamming me quite viciously. We're just going to get back to the Mega Knight. And he's not ready. We're back to the Barbarian Barrel, sir. It's happening. It's popping. We didn't have enough Elixir to cast it immediately. But now we have a pretty big counter push. And I didn't think he would have Inferno Tower. Usually they don't have that because Inferno Tower is kind of a trash card now. So I think that we will be able to beat the Inferno Tower player right now. Even though he's got Inferno Tower and Valkyrie, I think we could win. Just because I think Inferno Tower is not very good anymore. Ever since they decayed its HP a little bit quicker, the nerf was pretty substantial. I would heavily suggest you guys, if you like using Inferno Tower, switch from that to Tesla and accommodate your deck and make sure that there's less lightning rods in your deck after you switch to Tesla. Anyway, we're going to end up going for a Miner plus Bats push, and we're going to see what's popping. I think that it goes and targets the Miner. We can go for a Zap here, and we can get a couple extra bad hits. So I'm going to go for a lower Spear Goblin so the Princess doesn't activate on it. And then we're going to end up going for a Bard Barrel. That's really far back, so maybe I can even activate King Tower with the Skeletons here. I would love to do that. Please make it happen. Hey, let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's happening. So now we're in a really good spot. If you're able to deduce that it's going backward, really far back, looking at the Goblin Barrel's shadow, you're able to figure that out. And I did, and I got a lot of damage because of that. Feels good, man. I ended up going for a Spear Goblin since the Miner is going to be the primary focus, so I didn't have to go for a Barb Barrel there. And now we can Barb Barrel here. Make sure that that's going to be tanking for some of the Spear Goblins, and then I can go and slow roll a Mega Knight push in the back, so I have more time to build up something big. I could even cycle 2 Mega Knights. As soon as we kill the Inferno Tower, maybe I cycle another at the river. It's a pretty bad play, dude. Maybe he's going to go Princess? Yeah. So we're going to end up going for a Zap here just to reset. And now we're back to another Mega Knight, but he doesn't have Valkyrie, so... Oh, is he going to pull everything into the Valkyrie? That would be a pretty smart play. I think he was able to. That's really far back, so I'm just going to Ice Spirit. I'm not even going to use a 2 Elixir investment when I can just use 1. Not worth it. So I'm just going to end up going for a Miner on top of Princess, because the Princess should walk. Oh, man. Did we get him? I think that we're going to be able to kill the Princess. Let's go, man. What a great situation to be in. I like our spot. I end up going for Barb Barrel because he's realized that he can't try to juke me anymore. We see right through your tricks. We see right through your charades, sir. Let's go in for Bats again. And maybe we can reset the Inferno Tower here. Maybe I'm too optimistic. I think that we can. It's hard to break through Inferno Towers, isn't it, guys? Let's go Mega Knight again in the back. I don't think I have to do anything besides skeletons here. Wow, it just straight up died. No big deal. Let's go in for a Miner here and use Bats and Spear Goblins in the middle. I ate a little bit of chip damage, but I think it's fine in the long run. I think the Spear Goblins get close to that, so we're able to zap everything. Alright, man, this seems like pretty impossible to break through, to be honest. I thought that Inferno Tower was like bad enough to allow me to break through without anything. To like, if I had a Fireball, I would be able to just Fireball the Inferno Tower, but it seems a little bit more difficult now. So... maybe we can break through here if he like messes up, but he hasn't really done it yet. Okay, he did mess up a bit. Bats are going to accommodate our aggression. Skeletons don't lock on, but we can go for Spear Goblins here. I definitely want to end up going for another Mega Knight, and I want to keep up the aggression if I can. So if we're able to zap here, the Ice Spirit does not connect. I don't even want to zap. I want to save that for this Goblin Gang, so then I'm able to kill that immediately, so then our Mega Knight doesn't dally on things that are unaffecting it. Unfortunately, Mega Knight does not jump for joy all over him. Maybe he has another Princess, I'm not sure. He's going to rocket me now. Okay, he's going to play super, super wild. He's going to try to outcycle. Alright, here we go, guys. This is our chance. This is our opportunity. If I go for the Barb Barrel... we got to make sure that we keep up the aggression, because if he cycles 1 rocket on us, the game is over. Oh my gosh, he's going to be able to do it. I think he's going to be able to have it. He needs 1 rocket, guys. Can the Bats get on top of the tower in time? I'm not sure. The Mega Knight's jumping for joy, and we take it. Oh my gosh. Closest game I've ever had in my life. I can't believe I just won that. Feels good, man. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to go Sauce Out Spear Goblins right out of the gate because they give us the most amount of damage. Bats really don't reach the tower. Barb Barrel we kind of want to save in case he ends up having a Goblin Barrel. So he's going to end up going in for a Tombstone. When we see Tombstone, we're thinking it's either going to be a Lava Hound deck, or it could also end up being some type of control deck. And after we end up seeing that pesky and frisky Knight, we know he's going to have NATO with an Ice Wizard. So this will be a tough one, guys, for sure. But we did get a lot of damage early on. And unfortunately, that's not an Electro Dragon coming at me. I would love to activate the King Tower with our Barb Barrel, but that's not the case. So I have to just go in for the Mega Knight and soak up some damage. So he's going to end up having Ice Wizard. I have to be very careful about where I drop my Miner now, because we could get King Tower activation really easy. And I really just want to just relax and find out what his win condition is. See if he's going to end up doing anything like an RG. Because if it's Graveyard, I need to play really aggressive. But if it's RG, I need to play a little bit defensive, and I can't be cycling too aggressively. Otherwise, he's going to punish me super, super hard. But Graveyard, I can just defend with Bats, right? So it's going to be completely different. I want to see what he's got. I think it's going to be Graveyard after seeing Knight, right? Should probably be Graveyard. If that's the case, then we're going to go for Spear Goblins here. We're going to go for Bats here. And we should be able to defend this with a Barb Barrel. Barb Barrel is going to be able to clean up the majority of the skeletons. And he's going to get a bit of damage on us, but we will get some decent counter push with the Spear Goblins and the Mega Knight. And the Miner is going to be something that he can't defend when he doesn't have Elixir for the Knight. And he has to focus all of his resources on top of the Mega Knight. So the miner's just going to be free there to get as much damage as possible. And then he has to drop a knight again, so then he's not going to end up having knight back in cycle for the next miner. So this is the cycle that we want to be in. We just have to defend with spear goblins quite efficiently here. I need to end up going for an ice spear, so then the ice wizard targets that. And then we should be okay, and we shouldn't take too much damage. We're going to end up going in for a Mega Knight in the back, so then we can slow roll a huge push. Dropping swarm units into a splash damage deck is not really something that's advised. So let's go in for spear goblins here, behind our Mega Knight, and then we can try to go in for a miner and zap to kill that ice wizard. So that's kind of what I want to go for right now. He ended up going in for a knight just to block, so that was well played on his end. We ended up killing that baby dragon, otherwise we're kind of in a bad spot. And I'm going to go in for spear goblins, Mega Knight again, just make sure he doesn't cross the river. So then we can potentially defend this with the minimum amount of elixir investment. He still went in for the poison. I guess I shouldn't have done that. I have to go in for barbarial and spear goblins, and maybe we can defend against the skeletons a little bit more efficiently now. It's tough though. He wasn't able to break through, so that was one thing that was decent for me, but now we're going to have to end up going for bats and miner here to kill that baby dragon. And using the miner means that he can just play as aggressive as possible since he doesn't have to defend against that anymore. We have to go in for another Mega Knight at the river because we know he's going to go for graveyard, and we have to go spear goblins lower. So maybe we can defend against this, but this is a tough matchup, guys. Ah, man. I needed a little bit more damage in single elixir, I think, but I'm trying to make sure that nothing crosses the river. Sometimes you're going to lose matchups when you're playing meme decks. I think this is one of them that I probably can't win unless I get a lot of damage in single elixir. I think I could have played a little bit more aggressive in single elixir, played a little bit more feisty, try to go opposite lane in single elixir a little bit more often, but at this point it's a lost situation unless I somehow break through with the Mega Knight and kill the baby dragon right now. I need to be in a damage lead if I'm going to be able to win this game, which is not the case. So I'm going to have to end up, yeah, I have to go in for zap because anything else I drop just dies immediately. And GG, well played and peace out, Girl Scout. Pleasure playing against you. Wasn't too much I could do, but that's sometimes what happens when you're playing meme decks, just for fun, you know? So we're going to end up going for bats around top of that Barbarian Barrel, Ice Spirit, and a Miner. And this guy's going to end up having skeletons. So it's going to end up having Snowball and Barbarian Barrel with skeletons and Musketeer. This is definitely looking like a balloon deck to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I can't see this correctly. But I think it's going to be balloon. So let's go in for a Barbarian Barrel right on top of that Musketeer. Make sure that we can shut that down. And we're probably going to end up having to go in for skeletons because he is going to drop another spell. Just need to make sure that that Musketeer does not cross the river. Because if he had went in for a spell and had that Musketeer lock on, that could have been a lot of damage. We don't like that. Glad that I was able to stop it before. We're going to end up getting that Miner right on top. And I could zap if he's going to drop skeletons, but he's just going to elect not to. So this is going to be interesting. I think he could Miner, so I want to end up going for Spear Goblins in the back. And we'll see if he builds up a pretty massive push. He's going to end up going for a Snowball. That means I can get back to Bats here, and I don't know if he has an answer to them. I expect him to drop Bats or something right on top of this Mega Knight. And unfortunately, he Bar Barrel is really well played on his end. I'm going to end up going for a Zap. Maybe we can get a couple Bat hits as a result of that. Yeah, let's go, guys. Look at all that Bat damage. If I had had a little bit more Elixir, a little bit sooner to get a Zap earlier, I think that would have been a considerable margin there. Maybe like 700 extra damage if it was a split second faster. Man, he's definitely missing all that damage. He's not missing me. He's missing his tower HP. We end up going in for a Miner, and we end up going for Spear Goblins here, and here we go. We end up seeing that. So when we see a Balloon player like this, I don't really want to go for my Bats until I'm able to kill the Ice Golem. Otherwise, the Bats just die, and that would be really bad for me. I'm not going to go for a Miner here. I'm just going to go opposite lane. I'm going to end up going for Spear Goblins as well, and I could zap the Skeletons if he drops them. He's going to go Bar Barrel instead, and that's not even going to reach my tower, so I don't care. So I'm pretty confident that he's going to go in Snowball. Like, I'm 90% sure that he's going to go and try to Snowball me. Let's just go Bar Barrel here, right on top of the Musketeer, and the Musketeer is going to die. Feels good, man. So let's go in for another Miner. Bats here on offense, and then maybe we can cycle back. So he's going to go Snowball. He would have Snowballed anyway. I maybe can just get away with Spear Goblins and Ice Spirit. Wow, that's wild. Did not know that. We were able to kill the Ice Golem in time and actually get away with that. Now we're going to go zap the Skeletons. Just going to Bar Barrel every single time. Try to bait out a Snowball. He definitely doesn't want to. We're just cycling Miners viciously on him. Absolutely vicious. How many Bat cycles can we get on him? Dude, we have double sequence of Bats on his tower right now. He can't stop it. It's unstoppable. We take the tower, and we are asserting dominance with the Memery out here, boys. We can potentially just deny any extra damage. And yeah, there's no way. That balloon is not going to reach our tower. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout, and good luck in the rest of your grand challenge. Alright, so we're going to go kick off the game with an Ice Spirit at the river, and then we're going to go subsequently follow up with a Miner. We'll see what this guy's got, we'll see what he's going to do, but the Ice Spirit's going to be tanking for the Miner, it's going to reset the tower, and we're going to do so much damage with this zap. That was brutal! We ended up destroying every single ounce of that Goblin gang, ripped it to shreds, and now we're going to get some more damage because he's just used his log. So I think he's got log bait, guys. It's going to be hard to break through log bait for sure, but I think we could make it happen because since his princess is out of cycle, he's probably going to go for the Inferno Tower, so we're going to guess that with the bats. And maybe we can make it happen here. I could end up going for a zap after a couple seconds. I don't know if this breaks through. We're going to test this interaction after the new Inferno Tower. Maybe it does. I think it's going to get a couple hits on the tower, so the zap was worth it because we were able to bait it out of Valkyrie. For only 2 elixir, that extra zap was well worth it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do anything. Now I can easily go in for Spear Goblins here and then go in for a Barbarian Barrel here. I ended up missing one of them. Kind of a potato play, but we should be able to bounce back. A little bit of a fat finger slip up. Can end up going for an Ice Spirit, and then I can also end up going in for a Miner. I can zap if he goes in for a Goblin Gang, but the Ice Spirit should die on his end, and it shouldn't really get any damage on my Miner because everything was too far back. We're going to end up going for a zap. We're going to hit the entirety of the Goblin Gang. Feels good. And the tower for some easy chip damage. 56. Feels good, man. And I can go in for Spear Goblins, and they're going to walk in the same lane I want, but I'd rather go in for the Spear Goblins on this side because he's going to have more damage on this side if he logs, and I don't want that to happen. Splitting them is pretty good too because we get damage on both sides and he doesn't have log value. So we're going to Ice Spirit here. We're going to end up going for bats. We're going to go preemptively guess that he's going to go drop a princess to try to kill the bats. Maybe he doesn't. Okay, so he does drop the princess, but he drops the Valkyrie before. He's a little bit better than I thought. He's not messing around. He's not playing any games out here. He just plays Clash Royale, guys. He is not trying to lose games out here at all. My man's playing pretty well. Let's go in for a Mega Knight so then we can go and tank for the Spear Goblin so they don't die. And then we're going to end up going for bats here as well, so then we can go tank a little bit. Bait out a log that he wouldn't have otherwise dropped, and then we can go for a zap yet again. We will be able to kill that, and since he just used a log, I think I can break through his Spear Goblins and Miner now. Man, he dropped a Goblin Gang, so he's playing this really well. But the Spear Goblins will be the lock-on on the tower, and that's what I'm talking about, boys. Let's get that damage. He's going to go Princess. We're just going to Barbaro. We don't even care at this point. We're going to end up going for Skeletons and Ice Spirit because that was so obviously in front of the tower. We don't mess around. And I know that I can go in for another Miner Bats push. He might go in for a Princess, but yeah, it's not looking so good for you. Probably end up getting away with the Mega Knight in the back since the Valkyrie's out of cycle. He might end up going in for a Princess here. Does not. The thing that he could do is Princess at the river and Barb Barrel, or go in for that because our Barb Barrel doesn't extend that far, right? Our Barb Barrel does not extend far enough to end up hitting the Princess and the Goblin Barrel, so that's always unfortunate for us. And he blocks it, man. I can't really support this push too much. I know that it's just going to die. Oh my gosh. Do you guys see how close that was to the tower? I thought we were going to get some damage. Unfortunate, my man. Well played on your end. I'm going to have to Ice Spirit. And then we're going to end up zapping just to kill the Princess. Man, that was a really good play on my end there, too. Holy crap. That zap plus Ice Spirit just killed Princess and an entire Goblin Gang. 3 elixir for 6. We take those out here, boys. Unfortunately, we're not back to zap yet. And we actually did not get that much value from it. We're able to hit the tower. But I think I can probably get away with like bats here. Mega Knight here. And then just Barb Barrel. And I think that's going to be... Actually, I could just drop Skeletons because it's a little bit further back, right? That feels really good. Just one elixir. And I should be able to just Miner cycle him at this point. He's going to go drop a Valkyrie, guessing that I'm going to drop my Miner. But he done goofed to Aaron. He already dropped his Valkyrie. So I know that I can just kill it with a Barbarian Barrel. Go in for a Miner. Maybe we can bait out a little bit of spam. But yeah, I can just defend whatever you got, my man. I'm going to go for a zap as well. Bats are going to be able to shut down the Valkyrie. Can he even Ice Spirit so it doesn't get more damage? Miner in front. And this is where we just unload with the 2.5 elixir spam, dude. There's nothing that you can do to stop us. We're unstoppable. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. I'm Thanos. We're inevitable.